Tell me a little bit about yourself and about your family.
Okay, so I just recently turned 40. I've got two small little kids. So I've got a 19-month-old and a 3-year-old. And life is just hectic. It's just like a circus here most of the time. With Inspired Mumma, it's less of a circus, which is great.
But you're also running your own business?
Yes. I'm a hairdresser. So yeah, running a salon from home 4 days a week. So yeah, trying to fit everything in, trying to find time for me. There was zero time for me. I was doing everything for everyone else and my cup was so empty. I also suffer quite badly with anxiety and post-traumatic stress from an event. My gratitude to you is just like crazy because you've just made my life so much better. I feel so much better every day. I get out of bed and I'm 90% of the time I'm pretty happy to get up and change nappies, you know. Life for me now is definitely different to what it was. I was an emotional wreck. I was so tired. I was snapping. I was yelling at my kids all the time.
And I remember in the breakthrough call, you said to me, I can compartmentalize, box things up in my mind and tell myself that I'll deal with them later. And I just put my health in a box and I put my stress in a box and I put the things I need to do for myself in a box and I never ever get to them.
Yeah.
And talk to me about why were you not allowing yourself at that point to prioritize yourself? What had gotten you to the point where you didn't think that was a possibility?
I think it was time. I thought I had no time. I didn't really think it was worth it. And looking back now, that's so bad because you have to be worth it. That was a huge mental shift for me because today I'm worth it. I'm worth all of it. Not leave those boxes shut anymore. I'm opening them up because I need to find time for me because that's how I'm going to be a good mum and a good wife. I can remember seeing your very first post and your post was find time for yourself, be less stressed. It was all of those things. It wasn't the nutrition. It wasn't the exercise. It wasn't any of that. I wasn't looking for any of that. It was more, I'm losing my mind and I feel so out of control that I need to rein this in. And I don't know that I can do this on my own because I don't know where to start. And that was what got me connected with you. It wasn't that I wanted to be this skinny size 8 because that's not what it was for me. It had nothing to do with that. It was more about my mental state. I can't even tell you how much better life is.
It was saying how you were such a control freak about your house, about the kids, about how people perceived you. You were so worried about looking like you had it all together, and that put so much stress on yourself. These unrealistic expectations about how you had to have this display home all the time and you had to be perfectly kept.
Yep.
And you were obsessed. You always were on the scales. That was causing you so much stress because it was such unrealistic expectations. You wanted to look after yourself, but there was no expectations about how that was going to actually happen.
Exactly. Yeah. I was trying to control all the other aspects of my life. If everybody else from the outside looking in, I just made it look good, and it wasn't. To look back now, I was just like living a lie because now I do what I do because I do it for myself. I do it for my kids, I do it for my husband. I don't put that pressure on myself because, as you say, it's unrealistic. I would have been screaming, yelling. I would have gotten really cross and possibly even given him a smack. The rage would just come and I couldn't control it. Now I just laugh. I'm just like, this is life. In those moments, I know how much I have grown myself. I have coping mechanisms now to work through all of those things. God, I'm like crying.
It's because you realize how far you've come. You've hit all the goals. You've done it.
I fully feel like I have. And it's just normal now. I mean, don't get me wrong. Every day is not perfect. I don't hit all the boxes every day, but that's not realistic.
Yes.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Advice that I think I have got, well, there's been loads, but one of the ones that has definitely stuck with me, if you're going to be in the kitchen and you're going to cook something, make sure you're putting something in the freezer for another time. And that for me has been a huge one. And I think from doing that, I know that I'm fueling my body properly and I have the energy. And I truly believe it's because I'm fueling myself with good stuff.
What do you think is the biggest thing you've learned about yourself?
Everything that I've learned is just, it's been amazing. It's been such a journey, and I'm still learning. I don't stop learning. Like the support from that Facebook page that you have and stuff like that, you know, we're all still learning, supporting each other, and I guess that's a credit to you because you've built that. If things aren't organised and in place, I don't cope. I have learnt to deal with that now by planning. I think planning is key. Having a calendar there on the fridge, knowing what I'm doing Monday to Sunday, all of that definitely makes me better. One of the other things is that I don't worry of being judged anymore. And I think that's come from growing as a person and understand that people are going to have their opinions, and that's okay. That opinion doesn't shape who I am.
And I know that in week 6 or week 7, when you read about the ego versus the essence, in that week's call, you and I discussed that, I think for the whole time, how when we're younger, we care so much about what people think of us. And then you get to a point where you realize that actually none of that matters anymore. And I think that also comes from when you feel secure within yourself and who you are. And before, you were very much trying to put on this facade as though you were okay and coping okay. But now that you actually are coping very well.
And I don't do that anymore. I feel good in myself that I went to a barbecue Australia Day. Normally, I would be freaking out about that purely because it was a pool party. I very rarely do no makeup. I don't walk around in my bathers. But do you know what? I worked out that morning. I felt freaking fantastic. And I got there and I stripped off down to my bathers and got in the pool. And I literally did not get dressed all day. Felt amazing. People were telling me that I looked amazing. Once upon a time, that would never have happened. I am not the same person I was before.
Do you think you have the ability to sustain this lifestyle, or do you think you're going to have to do another program?
No, I'm never doing anything else. Look, I tell you, I have done it all. I'm not going to say the names of all the places because that's probably not great, but I have done it all. Even gone to my doctor and he threw me on this ridiculous calorie restricting diet. No, I'm not doing anything else. I've got the tools that I need to be mentally good, the nutrition knowledge, what foods are good to fuel your body. And the food is really good. The exercises are all there. You don't have to think about anything. Shopping lists, exercises, they're all there. Videos to watch. It's an amazing, amazing program. And if anybody's watching this, you need to jump on it, because I can't tell you how broken I was prior to this. I was so broken until I'm not, really not. And these are happy tears. Credit to you, Charles, credit to you. So supportive.